Hey, this is Dave Allen, and you are listening to Dash Radio.
Welcome to the world of music.
Discover new music. Do you want to be the first to know? Pay attention. This is Dash Daily Discovery with DJ Hapa.
That's right. It's that time. We are here. Daily Discovery time. My name is DJ Hapa. He right here in studio. Dave Allen is here. How are you, man?
I'm good. What's going on?
I'm good. You are a man of many talents.
Right. That's what I tell myself.
I mean, it's clear, man. You've done quite a bit. I mean, everything from obviously on the music side, and we'll get to that, but
Yeah.
you're a model,
Yeah.
as well.
That's what they tell me.
Man, I mean, like, you've got some big ad campaigns.
Yeah.
Doing a bunch. You're also an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
What don't you do?
I don't sleep. That's what I...
There you go. How did you, let's talk about the music a little bit, because you're here. You've got this song Body Up that reached, top 30 on Billboard on the dance chart.
Yeah, the dance charts.
Crazy,
I know.
man. And this is your first like real crack at it.
Yeah, it's my first I guess big record, like I've done dozens and dozens of songs, right?
Right.
But this was the first attempt at making a big record. And yeah, I like I was saying, I didn't know what was going to happen, and it broke top 50, and I was like, that's cool. And then it was broke top 40, and I was like, that's cool. And then it kept going. So yeah, I don't know.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible, man.
Yeah.
Blessed to be able to do that. In starting off in music, you started at, I believe it was 14, the age of 14, yeah?
Yeah.
And started with the piano? Is that where
No,
it began?
I actually I taught myself piano later, but I think the age-wise 14, 15 is where every kid starts getting into music, start figuring out who you are and what you like and what you don't like, and fashion and this kind of thing. Like, what are you into?
Such a hard age, man.
Such a tough one,
It's tough.
because it's like you go into high school. It's like if you like the wrong music, you might get made fun of.
You will get made fun of, for
so
sure.
you got to figure out. Okay, do I let people know what I really like, or do I got to pretend I like this stuff over here? That kind of thing. But yeah, that's when I first started getting into, maybe I can make this. Maybe I can make music one day.
And what was the type of music that you were into back then?
I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of 50s and 60s, like the Temptations and, and even Michael Jackson, like just
Motown stuff.
Yeah, old oldies, really. Like driving around in the car. We were talking about listening to music in the car. Like that's what I did with, your parents, and you listen to what they listen to. So it was a lot of 50s Temptations, that kind of stuff. So I've always had this soulful background just from what I used to listen to growing up at that age, being so influenced. And then, as you hit that, at that age where you really start picking up things, I still some of the older people would influence me. Literally Michael Jackson, I used to watch every video and listen to everything. And I think now when I make music, it helps because I find myself making chord progressions that I heard back then that I didn't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing you doing the moonwalk in your bedroom.
And I would. And I might do it here if you guys.
we've got a hardwood floor that's outside.
Great. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So you are influenced by Motown and Michael Jackson and all that, and then when did the rapping?
Yeah, the rapping. I'm the youngest of 5, so everything they played. Once again, you get stuck listening to. You don't get to put your CD, or you don't get to change the channel.
Especially if you're the
you
youngest.
don't get to turn MTV off or whatever. So I listened to it was Tupac and Biggie and I was young, but that's what we listened to. I remember Mace was one of, I didn't know why, because I just liked that Mace could make you dance and rap.
Yeah.
And everybody used to laugh at me. Why do you like Mace? I'm like, all right, you guys are going to see how good that actually stuff was.
Right.
Even though I was little, I didn't know. But yeah, I mean, I could go down the list, but definitely it was Tupac was first and foremost. And then of course, when Eminem hit, it was oh wait, it's cool to do this and be white, I guess.
Right.
Or maybe it still isn't or wasn't. But you get what I'm saying. It was oh, wait, this is actually kind of attainable, I guess.
Yeah.
Or this is, okay, let me try. And then, snowball effect, I guess.
And then tell us how we got to this point now where you're releasing music and really giving this a shot. Because it's one thing to be oh, okay, I'm interested in this. I definitely think that I could maybe try a hand at this.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize, okay, I can do this. I'm getting somewhere.
I released like, I would say 2 full albums and then like an EP like 3 or 4 years ago. But your sound changes so much that you can't even listen to the old stuff. So I literally pulled everything off the internet and just came back with one track, which is, I wanted it to be, you know how music is now, it's very hybrid. This like hip hop pop element / dance like it's like the Wild Wild West as far as music goes.
Right.
And so I wanted a record that wasn't strictly just some of the hip hop stuff I do. I wanted it to be like, you know, what's current, what's out there now. So that's why I was like, okay, stop. We're starting over and we're gonna put this out. And then, you know, a few years ago, I met Rich Harrison, who produced Crazy in Love by Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez, Amerie. And, you know, him and I started working together. He was like, dude, you're really dope. I like your stuff. Let me work with you for a second. So he started giving me pointers like, why are you saying the words like this? Or his big thing was like Philly guys, because I'm from South Jersey, outside of Philly, is like,
that's where the soul comes from too, by the way.
Yeah, it could be. His thing was like, why do you guys from Philly always yell so much on your raps? Like, what are you yelling at? I'm like, I don't know what you mean. But so we started working. So a new sound came out of it. So a new sound comes out. I don't even want to hear the old stuff. I have to, you know, in my mind, in my crazy mind, that I had to like scrap that and start over. So that's where Body Up came from.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, I want to get into Body Up, and this one is actually produced by Damon Sharp.
Yeah. You know Damon?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how this all came together.
Mutual friends.
Yep.
I just went in to see him to hang out. Like right before him, I went to meet up with Damon Elliott, who produced, you know, Maya, Pink, and, you know, him and I did a song together. And then I took a meeting with Damon Sharp, and we hung out, and I was just like, Damon, listen, here's my style. If you think we can do something, let's do it. If not, I don't care. Like, I want this to be, we both really are feeling it. So he was like, dude, I would love to work on something. And so we just kind of went back and forth. And
I think it's always best that way. You know, it's like, and that takes,
I don't want to force anybody. I'm like, you don't like it, it's fine. Like,
that
I'm
takes
fine
a
with
certain level of maturity, though, to be able to get there, you know? And that's definitely a process as well. Well, I want to get into this. This is Body Up. Dave Allen hanging out with us here in studio. Don't go anywhere. We got more with him, including his track, produced by Rich Harrison, which I want to talk to you a little bit more about what that was like working with Rich, called Do Our Thing, coming up in just a few. But first, here it is, Body Up, right here on Dash Radio.
Well, I've been known to do what I gotta. With the lanes, nah, she don't even bother. I gotta listen what she say. I wanna be inside, that body look custom made. Yeah, she know we could never be friends. Nah, and I can hear it when she talk. That baby girl a freak on the weekend. Me, I'm just trying to get involved, but I know that body's so right. She making me go the whole night. Sweat dripping, make sure you hold tight. I'm the one you need, I feel it when you breathe. Baby, bring it here. I got some things to say, I say it up in your ear. I want you all alone, nobody to interfere. You know you the baddest when you look in the mirror. Well, I've been waiting all day. No more games, girl, this ain't the arcade. From the bedroom to the hallways, from the attic to the crawl space. You know me, I do it always. I know that body's so right. She making me go the whole night. Sweat dripping, make sure you hold tight. I'm the one you need, I feel it when you breathe. Body up. Body up, body up. Body up, body up. Lean into it, go deep. Cause we ain't getting no sleep. Yeah. Now give it to me. Baby, it's a shame you don't listen. listen to me. You just want the real thing. Talk about you missing with me. You ain't messing with the tension. Just want the attention from me. I've been waiting all day just to get you alone. No more games, no more text on the phone. You said it couldn't happen. Well, I guess you were wrong. I'm the one you need. I feel it when you breathe.
Discover new music and new artists at Dash Daily Discovery with DJ Hapa.
There it is, Body Up. Dave Allen hanging out with me here in studio. That features Ariane
Celeste.
I totally butchered that. Ariane Celeste. On the female vocal there. We mentioned this, produced by Damon Sharp. Yo, tell me what that's got to feel like, man, to have a record that, hit 29 on the Billboard dance chart. I mean, walk me through that process of finding out that news when even it first landed on Billboard.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I got an email from the publisher who put it out, and he was like, "Hey, you're in like these hot songs or whatever, like right outside the top 50," and it was like me and Drake and like a couple others. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I didn't know what that meant. I was like, "That's cool." And then the next week, he's like, "Hey, guess what? You just broke top 50," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like I was saying, I was kind of like, "Oh, well, that was I didn't we weren't I didn't
that
know
wasn't
that.
the plan necessarily.
Not necessarily,
right.
yeah.
Right.
Especially as an indie artist, that's not easy to just be able to. And then when you see your name next to all the big names, that's kind of the cool part,
Yeah. Screenshot that.
I did.
Yeah,
I posted on my Instagram.
You got it. You got it, man.
Each time it went up, I was screenshotting it.
Yeah.
Screenshot.
You screenshot every 5
And you know what?
minutes.
You know what's great is, and I get a plaque. They send you a plaque
for cracking the Billboard,
for being on the charts.
Yeah.
I mean,
There it
hopefully there's a bunch of number ones that go next to that one day. But hey, I'll take 29.
Yeah,
My lucky number. I'll go to Vegas and play 29 on roulette.
Or you need to go to what is it? The 29 Palms Casino.
Great, anything with 29. Like, please email in. I need to know.
Oh man, that's great. All right, so originally from South Jersey, Philly area,
right outside of Philly.
We were talking about like the influences that you've had when you were coming up. To me, man, it's no surprise that you find a producer like Rich Harrison who is super soulful. And I mean, like those tracks that he's created, Crazy in Love, Amerie, when they like just big sounding records, horns, like the whole nine.
Yep. And you know what we just found out actually last week, I think it was, Rolling Stone put out an article of the 100 greatest songs of the century. So since 2000, what do you think number one was?
Crazy in Love.
Crazy in Love.
Yeah.
So we went out and partied.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was a rough one that day, but it was fun.
I mean, to me, that song still, you put that song on now.
Everybody loves it.
And I mean, everybody loves it. And that's making classic records.
Yep.
Making timeless music. So talk to me about like what that was like working with him in the studio. And you mentioned that he gave you some pointers and was mentioning certain things. Like
he's mean.
Yeah, he's mean.
He's mean.
He's honest.
He's honest.
Which I think that's
It's probably one of the hardest things about moving forward as an artist is having someone blatantly tell you something, especially someone who's successful, and you're just kind of in your feelings about it. And
of course.
Because we're all creatives. We're all like, you're insecure about your art. That's just part of this game. And like, I just sat there like, wow, what'd you just say? And he's like, you heard me. And I'm like, oh. So anyway, he would just say, stop saying it like this. You sound stupid. Don't say, you need to switch this. So he was hard on me, but it worked out for the better. Like none of my records before Body Up sounded like that, where my voice is in that kind of pocket and it has that, kind of like sing-songy hip hop. I never had a record like that. So he gave me some pointers. He tweaked me a little bit. Yeah. But that's what Rich does. He's like a genius like that. He sees something nobody else does, which is what a good producer does. So
yeah, I was about to say, I think that's what a good producer does. That's the role of a producer.
Yep.
You know, I think if you went back and you look at Quincy.
Yep. Yeah.
Same
thing. And sometimes the artist, once again, gets in their feelings. I don't want to do this. You don't know. That's not what I do. And then that's why a lot of stuff doesn't work. But I was open to it, and then it worked.
Talk about that a little bit, because we've got a lot of we have a lot of fellow artists and singers and songwriters and producers and whatnot that listen into Daily Discovery.
Sure.
What did you need to do to process that in that moment? Because I imagine absolutely the first thing that, like, you know, your knee-jerk reaction is like, no, man, this is just what I do. You don't understand me then, clearly.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna work, maybe.
Oh,
you
should.
Like,
you should. And you should hear some of the first records that we did. It was like, I can't even listen to those ones because it's even further as we move along. You know, it's a trust thing. You know, especially he'll tell me about working with Amerie, coming from, you know, listen, you got to trust me on this. And then they went and made, you know, classics together. And that's like, so, you know, if Rich talks, you got to just listen. You don't have to agree with him.
Right.
We got to listen.
Well, was there has any of that translated into other parts of your life as well? Like in terms of that process, I feel like that's a life lesson as opposed to
listen,
music.
You know, Rich is one of my best friends, and that didn't happen just, you know, sometimes you just have a working relationship and that's it. But him and I really like became good friends because I think we just understood each other. I understood some of the stories he told me from when he was coming up, and he sees where I'm at now. There are a lot of similarities. So yeah. I mean, there's definitely, he's like a guru. He's like my big bro.
Yeah. And he's, you know, he's definitely earned his stripes, and obviously, you know, for somebody to be able to see something in you is such like a, you know,
I agree,
confidence boost.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get into Do Our Thing here. Tell me a little bit more about this song.
Yeah,
what
so
this is about.
we did about 10 songs together.
Okay.
And this one, it's just one of my favorites because, as like we were just talking about, the hook on this song is that soulful old like funk record that, you know, and sampling kind of has died off. I mean, I guess with all the new Kanye projects, it's coming back a little bit, but Rich is kind of like, you know, the god of sampling. So I was like, wait, I get to, you know, have a record that was sampled and, you know, that kind of feel that I like. So we did it, and I chose to give it to you just because I think it embodies, you know, that Rich sound, that classic Rich Harrison sound mixed with what I do. And it's a banger. It's a fun, like I originally made it to try and be an NBA like playoffs anthem. Because if you listen to it, it's very like, I don't know, NBA or March Madness kind of record. Okay. So high energy, like club banger, the bass hits extremely hard, you know. So it's one of my favorites. Yeah.
The timing is, I mean, you know, you're in a good pocket here.
I think
the season's gonna get started.
Yeah, I mean, I could make 20 trap records. That's cool. But man, this kind of record this kind of stuff is my favorite, and there's definitely a place for it.
Well, let's do it, man. This is Do Our Thing. Dave Allen hanging out with us here in studio at Dash Radio. Do not go anywhere.
We gon' do our thing, baby. We gon' if I'm so right now. We gon' do our thing, baby. Gonna go to the next level with this one. We gon' do our thing, baby. We gonna conquer the world. We told you. We gon' do our thing. Let's go.
And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You gonna do it. You gonna do it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. And you gonna do it. You gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You gonna do it. You gonna do it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. You gonna do it. We gonna do it. Yeah. I wake up in the morning and I see you haters still exist. I look up in the mirror. I know who the realest is. I hit the lane on you lanes with the ill assist. Classes in session. Now let me get you a syllabus. I've been sitting back. Let me kick some facts. They were talking this and that. Now see I know it's a rap. I'm a sleeping giant. No need to keep it silent, but this is what happens when too much passion it meets defiance. Are you about to feel it? About to feel it, it's in the energy. Looking at me like that, boy, you're as sweet as grenadine. I'm enjoying life down to the amenities, and you can watch the show from the mezzanine. I'll tell you why, cause
We gon' conquer the world.
we gon' conquer the world, man. There's no stopping it, no, there's no stopping it.
We gon' do our thing, We gon' conquer the world.
We gon' conquer the world, man. There's no stopping it, no, there's no stopping it. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You gon' do it, we gon' do it. We gon' do it, we gon' do it. And you gon' do it, you gon' do it. And I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You gon' do it, you this an all-nighter. I'm talking real calm, the beach and the bonfire. Your girl said I hollered and got caught up like barbed wire. But I never liked them anyway, fuck them, they're all liars. I just play the game, I never lose it all. Give me the newest cars and the newest Louboutins. 6'2", hopping out the coupe, yeah, the roof is gone. I've been putting work in, I took a different route than y'all. I just knew I had to make a decision. So while the rest of you haters waited and stayed in position, I was making these moves, going through day to day with precision. Looking back at it now, I knew that it made all the difference. Cause I'm a menace, boy, I said it, I'm silencing all the critics. Just notice my credits, I'm in your grill like a dentist. So I guess the medic injected the anesthetic. I'm numb to you motherfuckers again. I said I'm a legend, let's go.
Discover new music and new artists at Dash Daily Discovery with DJ Hapa.
You're going to have that stuck in my head all day. Dave Allen hanging out here.
Me as well.
Do our thing. Man, catchy hook for sure. As we were talking about, just a cool little sample. But you said he won't even tell you what it is.
No, man. The guy's he's like a little magician. He won't tell me the secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, Rich, I might put this track out. I need to know, the sample so I can clear it.
Don't worry about it.
He said, should I tell you? I was like, come on, man.
He's got it in his vault, like locked away somewhere.
It's some like old dusty record he found probably in a basement somewhere.
To me, that there's something so incredible about being able to bring something like that back to life. And you mentioned earlier about how we went through a period, especially in hip hop, where we went through this period in which like everything was a sample. I mean, that's the birth of hip hop. The birth of hip hop is based off the sample.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's sort of where we came from.
Yeah.
And then, with copyright laws and whatnot, it's gotten crazy.
Yeah.
People have gotten sued over things.
Yeah.
And then now, I agree. I think things are coming back around. I do think that there is, in my opinion, I feel like it gives life to the original record. Like even with like real prominent examples of just like contemporary things right now, like the Nice for What?
Yeah,
with the sample of the Lawn record,
especially now because you have that song at your fingertips. So you could just type in the original song and download that. Oh, I forgot about that song.
Yeah.
So you would think the people that you're licensing that record from would be very open to it. I mean, I don't know.
Keeps the catalog alive.
Why not? You end up with another couple 100,000 downloads on the original. So.
Or streams.
Yeah. Or streams.
Right,
yeah, everything streams now. Right. Of course.
Right. Man, I am very excited for the things that come. I can't believe you got 10 of these with Rich. I mean, are they like...
We got some heat coming this summer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming very soon.
Full length EP,
no,
singles?
I'll probably do like an EP, like a 5-song, 4 or 5 song EP. I don't want to go longer than that. I kind of want to sit. I want to... If I start doing that, then the records kind of fit out of place. I want to kind of capture the time period of that span of working and where I was creatively. Keep that in one, then it can go on. But nowadays, man, you can just I can drop something in a week and it's out to everyone. So yeah,
who knows?
I have zero strategy.
Right.
I just put records out.
Well, clearly something has worked out here for the best. Yeah. We wish you the best.
Yeah, thank you.
For anybody who wants to listen back to this entire interview, this is up on my site, hapaworld.com, now that it has aired on Dash. And we've got links back to Dave Allen stuff. I think you're just Dave_Allen.
Dave_Allen on the Instagram.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for coming in. I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in to Daily Discovery each and every weekday here on Discover. And we usually like to end the show like this. Music is life and life is good. Everybody, we'll see you tomorrow.